Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best keyboard amplifiers.
Starting at number 5.
Roland KC400. The KC400 is part of the 2017 line of keyboard amps. It replaces the KC350 from Roland's previous lineup. It retains the 4-channel design of the previous amp but offers an increased level of output power up from 120W to 150W. The amp's 4 channels have dedicated level controls, while master controls include 3-band EQ and master volume. The 4th channel has a rotary switch for routing its output, which can be used for quiet headphones practice, or when you want to use the amp as a stage monitor. The master EQ control is not deep enough for those who want to tweak each channel independently. So any tweaking should be done on the instrument or sound source. Another noteworthy feature is the addition of a shape button, which enhances the highs and lows for more clarity. The 150W amplifier section is paired with a 12-inch woofer and a horn tweeter. This combination allows the keyboard amp to go really loud, enough for small to medium-size venues. The big 12-inch woofer also means that you have more low-end than smaller amps, resulting in a fuller sound. The tweeter handles the high frequencies well, to the point that you have to set it unnaturally loud for it to begin losing clarity. And this makes KC400 a great stage amp, first for keyboardists, but also for other instruments and even vocals.
Coming at number 4.
Roland KC80. The KC80 keyboard combo amp is part of Roland's 2017 refresh of their KC line of keyboard amplifiers. This is the smallest member of the group, apart from the battery-powered KC220, and it replaces its predecessor, the KC60, with a higher power rating at 50W and a slightly lighter weight. The 50W amp section is joined by a 10-inch woofer and a 1HF driver, all of which combine to give this Roland keyboard amp good projection, balanced sound, and clarity, all of which are needed by keyboardists. And for its size, it has enough volume for most small venues and rehearsals. This way, it gets a lot more use on top of being a good practice keyboard amp. It has 3 channels, one of which has support for mic line input. Controls are kept simple with a master volume knob, a 2-band EQ, and dedicated volume knobs for each channel. This simple setup makes it easy to use, with no extra knobs to waste your time on and fewer ways of messing with your core sound. On the flip side, this also means that control for each channel is very limited, with no dedicated EQ control for each one. Roland is known for producing reliable amps, and this applies to the KC80. The cabinet and front grille all look solid and protect the innards very well. I'm not a fan of the simplistic knobs used, but they get the job done reliably well. If you're looking for a keyboard amp that can handle both practice and small venue gigging duties, then check out the KC80.
At number 3.
Peavey KB. Peavey is known for gig-worthy amps like the KB series, which even pros like Peter Keys from Lynyrd Skynyrd use. The KB2 is part of this line, but with a more compact profile while carrying the same mini PA system-capable features. It has 4 independent channels, with the first 2 channels having 1/4 instrument inputs with 2-band EQ, channel 3 has both XLR and 1/4 inputs with 3-band EQ, and channel 4 is for using KB2 as a monitor with dedicated level control. All these features go beyond the usual 2-channel amps that most musicians work with, which means that you get more value for the money with this keyboard amp. At 45W, this amp can go loud, good enough for small venues, as long as you don't push it too hard for long periods of time. It sports a 10-inch coaxial full-range speaker, where the tweeter is positioned in front of the woofer. This way, it can produce the full range of frequencies while retaining a portable and compact profile. And more importantly, it helps the amp produce detailed highs that are needed by keyboards.
Number 2 of my list.
Donner DKA20. We've featured the Donner DKA20 for 2 years in this guide, but it was discontinued in 2022. The good news is that it re-entered the market and is still a viable keyboard amp for those who want an affordable option. The Donner DKA20 is a 20-watt keyboard amp with an 8-inch woofer and a 2-inch tweeter. For its price point, it delivers a decent frequency response. Some reviews swore that you can use it as an E-drum, an acoustic, or bass amp as well. You might be able to do that, but it's really designed for keyboards. The wedge design makes it behave similarly to how floor monitors behave. It's surprising that a 20W amp projects the sound loud enough that you could use it in a small venue. Place this amp in an auditorium, and you have a handy monitor where you can hear yourself. The two 1/4 inputs and a 1/8 stereo signal AUX input have independent input volume controls. It also sports a 3-band EQ section which lets you shape the sound from the amp.
And number 1.
Peavey KB. The KB1 is a 20-watt dual-channel amp designed for keyboards, made by Peavey, a brand known for affordable and reliable guitar amplifiers and keyboard amps. Given its low power rating and small 8-inch speaker, this keyboard amp is not meant to be loud. However, its sound projection and volume is what you'd expect with its specs. It is loud enough for practice and can even be used for jamming with other people, as long as volume levels are kept at manageable levels. It has 2 channels with independent controls for volume level and 2-band EQ, high and low. Both inputs have a 1/4 jack, so they won't be able to accept XLR connections that are common with mics. Still, it does allow you to connect both stereo output keyboards, or you can plug in 2 different instruments and use this keyboard amp as a mini sound system. Sound quality is okay. It cleanly reproduces sound with minimal coloration, from piano samples to synth sounds and more. It also sounds full and detailed, which is quite surprising given its size and low wattage design. But as expected from its small speaker, bass is a bit lacking. Also note that driving the keyboard amp too hard can cause unwanted noise and damage.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.